I did. Okay, so the voice actress for Queen Sonia is Cherami Leigh. And if I remember, she did oh my god. She actually did the voice for Manon in Street Fighter 6 and Persona 5 Tactica. But I do believe she also did Grookey in Pokemon The Arceus Chronicles. She did that Grookey in Pokemon Journeys. Goes Grookey. But here is Lady Rhea and Cyros in Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Princess Sarah in Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy. Sailor Moon Eternal as Sailor Venus. Monster Hunter Rise. Persona 5 Strikers. Cyberpunk. Yakuza Like a Dragon. Wait, so it doesn't actually show Lady Rhea in Three Houses? I thought it was Three Houses. It showed Three Hopes. Okay, that's weird. I mean, it's still Lady Rhea. It claims that Sonia was a priestess before marrying Rauru. Despite his status as a Zonai, a people popularity thought to be gods, she would counsel him without any trepidation. Moreover, Rauru heeded this counsel. Incredible! This account gives us first-hand knowledge of the nature of Queen Sonia. Goodness. Water. This account gives us first-hand knowledge of the nature of Queen Sonia and King Rauru's relationship. Rauru found himself unexpectedly charmed by her strong will, and before long they were married. That last bit isn't in the text, that's me speculating. Nonetheless, this is truly fascinating. Oh, nice. Really, goes Grookey in... I think it was the Arceus chapter in Pokemon Journeys. That Grookey. That's so, like, narrowed down, to be honest. So this picture was taken at the Hebra Mountain Sky. So we'll just skip the translation. Well, I would love to read the text, but it's so jumbled, it would take me a while to actually pronounce it. Oh, God. Apparently, King Rauru would vacate his official business from time to time in order to go out hunting. I had the impression he was a stricter, more serious king, but I guess he had a lighter side as well. However, Queen Sonia was always a step ahead. She would put a stop to King Rauru's hunts and bring him back. In some circumstances, you might expect this to have been a point of tension at their court. But the tone here is much more playful than that. These royals were more relatable than one might assume. Or so it seems from this account, at least. This next one was taken at the East Hebra Sky Archipelago. Another first-hand Hyrulean decipher. The subject here is the actions of King Rauru and Queen Sonia's undertook not long after Hyrule's founding. While the kingdom established, they were worried about for their people, so they set out to eradicate the monsters troubling them. They created structures called Shrines of Light to seal the monsters away so that they could never be revived. Well, they've done a poor job on that one. There's more here about light, and time too. The sense I get is that the two of them may have had supernatural powers. Though it's part of ancient history, it's a feat those of us living today should still be grateful for. Truly an important discovery. So this next one was taken in the West Necluda Sky. A first-hand historical account. So King Roru's older sister was named Minoru. Here, we learn a bit about Minoru. It says that she neglected to eat or sleep while making something called a construct. It was part of her research into a means of returning to life as a spirit possessing a new body, should her original one die. Ugh. Just realizing that now. What was it like that? Oh dear, I thought I played a game that was similar to that. Someone dying and then having their body and spirits into a robot or something like that. Oh god, was it Xenoblade? That's it. I think it was Xenoblade. I could be wrong, but I think Xenoblade had something to do with it. To you or I, this sounds less like history and more like a sort of ghost story. But remember who we're dealing with. They may have had unfathomable powers that made such things possible. The revelation that Minoru was a fellow researcher makes her feel like a kindred spirit to me, and yet the Chamberlain who inscribed these stone tablets treats Minoru with such care and kindness that it warms my heart. Alright, this next one was taken in the Gerudo Desert. This is another fascinating entry. If my translation is correct, the Zelda described here is Sonia's distant relative. Huh. I thought Sonia was an ancestor to Zelda. According to this, she arrived in Hyrule unexpectedly from another kingdom. It seems she was a beautiful princess. Her strange clothing perplexed the people of Hyrule, and many were suspicious of her at first. But this Zelda had such an undeniable air of nobility that those who doubted she was a royal birth were soon silenced. What a tale! It's also fascinating. This level of detail on individual people is virtually unheard of in text from so long ago. Note too how clearly this conveys the writer's feelings regarding Zelda. Once it was clear Zelda would be staying, she applied to be Chamberlain to the princess. That suggests real admiration. Yeah, I never actually thought of it as relatives. I also thought Sonia was an ancestor to Zelda, since they're both related to time. So this one was taken in the Necluda Sky Archipelago. The variety of tales on these stone tablets continues to fascinate me. Zelda apparently visited Minoru often to assist with her research. I have no idea what kind of thing this construct that allowed people to ride on it was. But Zelda wrote it so well that our author, the Chamberlain, was again impressed by her skill and everything she tried. That's the long and short of it here. But more than the narrative, what strikes me is the back and forth between the Chamberlain and Zelda. The Chamberlain tried to warn Zelda of the danger, but Zelda pushed past her and rode the construct anyway. It's short, but so evocative of both the level of technology found in this era and the character of their visitor, Zelda. The treasure found in these stone tablets is the pearls of wisdom and nuggets of personality contained within. Alright, this next picture was taken in the Necluda Sea Sky. So over by the sea. How curious. Here we learn something about the fashion trends of that era. Okay, why would you put stone tablets about their fashion? That is not historical. I mean, actually, yeah. if you look at it in the real world, like stuff that they wore back in like the 18th century or something like that, they were so fancy looking. We never wore those to this. We never wore those in this present day. The story's catalyst is their Zelda telling a tailor about the mushroom pattern outfits becoming popular in her homeland. Intrigued, the tailor fashioned some clothing in that vein, and it caught on an ancient Hyrule. Do you know Cece from Hateno Village? Imagine the look on her face if she were to find out. They say that trends go in cycles, but I didn't expect mushroom patterns to have been in fashion so long ago. One last thing about the Chamberlain. Her interest in fashion shows there was more to her than devoted service. She was just like anyone else in the kingdom. So everybody has a soft side. Everybody has a childish side. So this one was taken in the North Gerudo Sky Archipelago. This one is an ancient ghost story. My understanding of ancient Hyrulean isn't perfect, but I know a ghost story when I see one. It's a first-hand account of a ghostly or maybe corpse-like woman who appeared each night looking just like their Zelda. No matter the era, it seems, people can't resist sharing a good ghost story. A bit like how there have been eyewitnesses accounts of our Princess Zelda in the newspaper, even though she's missing. Could our Zelda be a ghost too? No, of course not. There's no such thing. As a believer in science, I should know better than to suggest such things. Please forget I said anything. Alright, the third last one was taken in the Great Hyrule Forest Depths. This one actually fell through the chasm. It was pretty cool. This is unbelievable! The details are unclear, but essentially the Chamberlain trusted in Minoru and Zelda's predictions and wanted to help. She put forth the suggestion to Minoru to build a mechanism that could make her stone tablets float in the sky. Which I take it are the very tablets you found, Link. Simply incredible. In finding the fantastic devices they built to preserve these records, you fulfilled the wishes she wrote of here. And it doesn't end there. If I'm reading this right, it suggests that their Zelda worked with Minoru to raise the Temple of Time into the sky. The idea of the Temple of Time, a grand edifice built in that ancient era, being lifted to the skies to await a hero. I can't believe I'm reading this much text and lore after I just defeated a Gleeok. It went from like hyper action to like reading a book. Although, given the appearance of the Sky Islands after the upheaval, perhaps it's not so far-fetched as it seems. There are so many revelations here. My hands are trembling from all the strange, exciting ideas. And that's from merely reading an account long removed from the event. What must it have been like for the Chamberlain to live through it? Alright, so we're down to 2 left. This one should have been taken in the South Hyrule Sky Archipelago. My head is spinning. I need to lie down. This is an incredible find. An eyewitness account of the Temple of Time floating up in the sky? It's a landmark discovery from the history of Hyrule. It may be one of the top 10 most important discoveries of all time. Even among all the breathtaking displays of power who knew of from the era, to raise the land and its buildings into the sky. That was a feat impressive even to those accustomed to wonders. You can tell as much from this account. Zelda predicted that a hero would appear in the land they raised into the sky, and that he would save Hyrule. The Chamberlain took this on faith and wanted to know how she could help. So she inscribed these records on the stone tablets that Minoru sent into the sky. So I'm overwhelmed that the tremors have gone past my hands and legs. Please excuse me, this is no way for a researcher to behave. I need to view these accounts as a historian, not get so swept up in personal sentiments. Well, my good man, there's at least one more tablet I can show you on. And maybe that'll shake up the rest of your body. In the Sokala Sky Archipelago. Oh, I skipped that one. Yeah, it's the last of the records. The royals whom the Chamberlains served so faithfully were gone, one by one. It's heart-rending to read. Her pain comes across so clearly in her words. What's less clear from these entries is the cause of all these partings. Well, each new mystery is an opportunity to do more research. If I keep digging, someday I'll unravel it. Like the noble Chamberlain, I must do my part. Actually, maybe I should have read them. The thought of such incredible historical artifacts falling down all over Hyrule is so exciting. Yeah, it was the final one. We collected all 13 of them. I can't believe it. Finally, I've translated the whole history. I'm gonna need a moment. Now that I've read all of it, well, to step outside my role as a researcher, I'm deeply impressed with the author. I would very much have liked to meet her, if only the vast gulf of time didn't separate us. But of course, collecting the 13 records of these stone tablets would have been impossible without your cooperation, Link. In recognition of your work as a member, well, honorary member, of the survey team, I want you to have this cloth. The Zonai Survey Team. I'll tell you, Link, I have never felt prouder to be a researcher than today. To see all this valuable data compiled on the research lab wall makes me most overcome with emotion. Oh, he's gonna actually set it up? Oh, wow. Maybe he's gonna set it up in pictures. Oh, look at that! That is so cool. He actually set it up here. I can read the text and then hear Wordsworth's take on it. Oh, okay. He just tells the same thing as we discussed in the conversation. That is so cool. But at least it's there, just for show. Now, I wanted to go through this next side quest because do you remember the old lady that was sick with the gloom? And we needed to make a porridge recipe out of like a gloom resistant taste to help her cure better. Or yeah, help her get cured from the gloom. So what that lady, I guess it's her granddaughter, told us what a porridge recipe was Hylian rice, fresh milk, and wild greens. I was like scratching my head thinking like, where the hell can I find wild greens? So the unfortunate side is that I looked it up. And apparently there's no such thing as wild greens. But the one thing that's closest as to what it works on is the Sundelion. That is actually the recipe of wild greens that I need to make porridge. So if I do this here, we have made sunny veggie porridge. Restores hearts damaged by gloom. Porridge made of easy to digest vegetables, fresh milk, and Hylian rice. That is the exact porridge recipe that she's looking for, but she needs an ingredient to help that sickness. Oh, wait. Sure, give it a try. A sunny veggie porridge. Okay, so maybe it's not the dark clump. It's actually just a porridge recipe. I never made anything sunny before. Maybe this will help my grandmother. You know what? Maybe that was it. I don't think it was actually the dark clump that worked, but apparently I made milk out of it. That was the first meal I've had able to finish in quite a while. Grandmother, your complexion. The color's coming back to your cheeks. Hey, look, are you seeing this? A few bites of your sunny veggie porridge and it's like she never been sick. So you were the one who made that porridge for me. Such a gentle flavor. It didn't just nourish my body, but my spirit too. Thanks to you and my granddaughter, it seems I'll be around for a long time yet. I'm so grateful to the both of you. Grandmother, what are you doing up? Oh. Oh, Clary, I'm so sorry I worried you. But this nice young man made me a wonderful sunny veggie porridge, so I'm feeling much better now. Hold on. You're doing this much better? After one bowl of porridge? I guess I knew this was Leslie's plan, but I'm still amazed it actually worked. Now that I'm feeling better, you should hurry and prepare for your journey, Leslie. Huh? You knew? You can't get anything by her, Leslie. Besides, everyone knows studying fashion in Hateno Village is your dream. Grandmother and I can take care of Enchanted by ourselves. Trust me, you deserve this. Clary, are you sure you don't want to go study with her? Well, I'd be lying if I said I didn't. But there's something else I want more. I want to make Enchanted a success right here in my beloved Kakariko Village, right next to my beloved grandmother, and I dream of Sunday filling our store wall to wall with outfits you've designed. So don't worry about me. Go study hard in Hateno Village and come back to us a fashion icon. You mean it? Thank you, Clary. And thank you, grandmother. Well, now that grandmother's all better, I think it's time I head back to the shop. I gotta make sure our prices are back to normal and everything's ready for our customers. Oh, right. That was you who bought the overpriced clothes at Enchanted. Sorry about that. Let me refund you the difference between the markup and the proper price. Whoa. 25,000 rupees? Thanks. Thanks so much, actually. Holy shit. Probably cut it down by half. Thank you so much for your help. I made a lot of porridge trying to find a cure for my grandmother. We won't be able to eat it all ourselves. I think it turned out pretty tasty though, so I'd love to give you some to take on your journey. Oh, well thanks. It just gave me stamina boost instead of a gloom resistance. But at least your grandmother is back to normal. That is the biggest news I've ever had. Oh, okay, so it wasn't actually a dark clump as the ingredient. It was actually a sundelion. Yeah, I went all across Hyrule from east to west, and I have never actually been to this one stable that is just east from Lookout Landing. And I do see Pen, the Wetland Stable. I couldn't actually find him in the other stables. I was a bit worried about him. All right, let's see what he got for us news. This rain, huh, partner? Will it ever end? Oh no, I no need to answer that. I know it'll end at some points. Just making small talk. Oh, pardon me. I got a very interesting lead about our missing princess. We could have a pretty huge story here. Oh my god, my butt. Sounds as if one night a while back, and I'm not sure how far, Princess Zelda borrowed the stable's farm tools. That's a bit unusual. Why would our princess need farm tools? But this story has another odd twist. She promised to return them and didn't. Now this all might seem trivial. She's a busy princess after all. Still, these are strange times, so I got to think. Only weapons decayed during the upheaval. Maybe the princess was in desperate need of tools for... Wait. Pen? Hold on. You've gotten ahead of yourself. We need to gather the facts. When, what, where, who. Let's start at the beginning. I've heard that a man named Isra lent her the tools. He's right around here, watches over the stable's raft, I heard. Let's get to work, partner. Well, I know I had to receive my reward for the pony points. I did do that in my spare time. I'm pretty sure it's just giving me an additional horse. If you save up just 5 more points, it's yet another additional horse. Okay. That's pretty much all I need. Right, so Isra should be around here somewhere. Sorry, I'm a little busy right now. You saw the princess? Oh, I was wondering when you guys would show up. You work with Penn from the newspaper, right? I didn't want to get this out because I don't want people to think I'm saying bad things about Zelda. But she borrowed our stable's farm tools and hasn't given them back. That was a long time ago, but I do remember she said she needed them for something at Floret Sandbar. It's around the river bend and then a good distance after that. I'd take a raft there myself, but after all that stuff fell from the sky, I'm having a hard time getting down the river. So you might say I'm in a bind. I know we could clear out the mess if someone could take me downriver to Floret Sandbar on a raft. Don't go doing that without my permission. Well, I'm pretty sure I can take you there. No problem. I just have to figure out a way to get across there. Yeah, I can take you. All right, here we go. Oh, wait. I think it wants me to use this thing. Let me just put this on. And then we can take that fan. No problem. Oh, wait. We need to untangle first. And then we're on our way. Here we go. Hey, look at that. So the Floret Sandbar. Oh my god, where the hell is that? Alright, it's straight down river. Yep, I'm just opening up the list of all the games announced at Summer Game Fest while I'm doing this. Who needs E3? Oh my goodness. Honestly, that's so true because, like, I think if we remember how E3 went, there was like a bunch of talks and like, oh, there's a dock there. Oh, okay. We just need to stop there. Yeah, like, I think with the E3, they used to do, like, a bunch of commercials and, like, a bunch of big talk before they announced their next game. And I think, with Summer Games Fest, I think they did that a little bit faster. I think that's what they did for this year, and, most of the shows were okay, but, there were some that weren't that great. Especially from, like, how it was scripted. But I'm sure we're doing out just fine. Oh, something at the sky coming right at us. Oh, it's Pen. Whew. Finally caught up with you two. I was flying around this whole area, partner, trying to find our facts when I saw you on this raft. I figured you chased down our story, so I flew right on down to help. But, where are we? Oh, fuck.